2021, Philips faced a major crisis, a recall of 5 million CPAP, BIPAP, and ventilator devices due to degrading PEPUR foam, which posed severe health risks and was linked to over 500 deaths. To address this, CEO Roy Jacobs adopted a patient-first approach focusing on safety, transparency, and trust to navigate the crisis effectively. For key statistics, the recall impact 5 million devices and was linked to over 500 deaths. Philips also implemented a 3-year restructuring plan, resulting in 10,000 layoffs. Despite the challenges, the company collaborated with the FDA to develop a long-term plan to improve safety over the next 5 to 7 years. These numbers highlight the scale of the crisis and the magnitude of the response required.
The next one is key strategies of problem solving. The first one is crisis control and risk reduction. The 2021 recall of Philips CPAP machine presented major health risks because of the possible inhalation of deteriorating foam particle by users. Jacob's choice to pull the product reflects a risk-averse decision-making strategy, putting patient safety above financial and reputational issue. He worked closely with regulatory agencies such as the FDA to guarantee compliance and address safety concerns effectively. The second one is tactical organizational reorganization. Jacob initiated a 3-year restructuring plan that included the termination of 10,000 employees to optimize operation, minimize efficiency, and enhance accountability. The third one is innovation fueled by technology. Philips has progressively incorporated AI into its healthcare offerings such as diagnostics and image system. Jacob highlighted the significance of utilizing AI responsibly and following ethical and regulatory standards rigorously. The last one is transparency and stakeholder engagement. Jacob involved multiple stakeholders such as government regulators, customers, and employees in his decision-making process. His emphasis of transparency and open dialogue corresponded with participative decision-making, where feedback from various stakeholders is considered prior to executing significant strategy choice.
Now, let's go through the problem-solving process Philips used to handle the CPAP recall crisis. Number 1, identify. First, Philips identified the core issue, the PPR foam in their devices posed serious health risks. Recognizing this risk was a crucial first step in addressing the problem. Second, examine. Next, they examined the issue by conducting rigorous tests to understand the severity of the risk. They also engaged with regulators like the FDA to ensure a thorough and compliant approach. Number 3, investigate. Then they investigated potential solutions. This included evaluating whether to repair the faulty devices, replace them, or initiate a large-scale recall. After considering the impact of each option, they chose the safest course of action. Number 4, act. Philips acted by launching a voluntary recall and replacement program for approximately 5 million devices. They prioritized patient safety and ensured ongoing support during this process. And lastly, access. Finally, they assessed the outcomes. Philips tracked safety standards compliance and monitored consumer trust. This helped them gauge the effectiveness of their response and identify areas for improvement moving forward. That's all from me. Thank you.
This case study provides key insights into real-world crisis management. First, in risk management, Philips prioritized patient safety over profits, much like General Motors during its ignition switch recall in 2014, where consumer protection was placed above all else. Next, transparency and communication are critical. Open dialogue during recall, as Philips demonstrated, helps rebuild trust with stakeholders. A strategy also used effectively by other companies in crisis situations. Finally, long-term reputation management is essential. Companies like Toyota during its 2009 until 2011 recalls show how addressing issues with sustainable solutions and a focus on customer trust can restore loyalty and build a stronger foundation for the future. This application highlights the importance of ethical leadership and strategic decision making in overcoming challenges.
Lessons for leader. The case of Philips CEO Roy Jacobs highlights critical lessons in leadership during a crisis. Firstly, prioritize ethics and customer safety above all else. Act swiftly and transparently to manage crisis, ensuring trust is not compromised. Use data-driven decision making to identify the root causes and solution effectively. Collaboration is key. Working with stakeholders from regulators to customers strengthens trust. And lastly, focus on innovation and long-term reputation management to not only resolve issues but also pave the way for future resilience. And for conclusion, Roy Jacobs' leadership transformed Philips during a challenging period. By balancing ethical decision making with innovation and operational efficiency, he restored trust in the company's brand. His actions showcase how leaders can turn a crisis into an opportunity for growth and build a stronger foundation for the future.